Okay, so for part 3, they're looking at this table. It says fill out the table below by predicting the carbon and nitrogen isotopes that they're going to have for the people and then for the gut microbes that are living inside of them. All right, and so it gives you kind of how tall they are. This subject 1 is 6'2", he's 305 pounds, he's got a BMI of 39. Subject 2 is 5'10", 155 pounds, BMI of 22. Have them Google BMI tables. Okay, but if not, you can tell them there's a key, an answer key in your instructor guide of the BMI tables. Basically, this person is obese and this person is normal. All right, and so what they're going to do is they're going to say, all right, so we don't need any of this information for the gut microbes. So they're predicting what the carbon and nitrogen isotopes would be. So if you're looking at somebody who's obese, you could make the assumption. And you can remind students that this is an assumption and this is not necessarily true. There are people who have metabolic disorders or things that could cause obesity other than a bad diet. But let's just assume that this person has sort of a lot of fast food, bad diet. And so if he's got a lot of fast food, then you're going to predict that they'll have a high level of this, right? They're going to have a high level of this because they're eating more like corn and sugar, and probably a high level of protein. So you could just, I mean, it doesn't matter what numbers they put in here. But like you might say negative 14 here, which would be a high level, and maybe 14 here, high level of protein, okay? And then subject 2, who's a normal weight individual, they might be eating a lot more vegetables. So they're going to have a low level here, like negative 20 or 21, and they're going to have maybe a mid-range level in their protein if they're eating a healthy diet. So they might be at, let's say just 10 to make it easy, okay? But the important thing is that whatever they predict here, then when you go to the gut microbes, you want to make sure, let's see, okay, so what you want to make sure students do is that the gut microbes match. So if this person has negative 14 for their carbon-13, then their gut microbes should also have that. And same thing with the protein. Now some students might be tempted to make the protein up one level because the bacteria are in there, but remind them the bacteria are not eating us. They're eating the food that we're eating. So they're going to be at the same trophic level as we are, okay? And same thing here. All right, so that's the key, is that it should match. Once they've done that, then they get to look at the figures of the graphs. And I'm actually going to move the camera so we can see the graphs. So I'm going to stop this for a second, and I'm going to show you what you should see from each of the graphs.